Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Thursday the 4th of the 3rd 2021. Time 0455 GMT. Asian session coming to a close, European session about to fire up, and our lunchtime is the US North American session. Right, yesterday then, Wednesday the 3rd, we had a negative opposed driver in the yen at minus 87, front and backdoor flows mainly going in, well, fairly evenly going into the pound at plus 67 and the dollar at plus 60, and the euro was the negative rock at minus 40, activity plus or minus 127. Intra-week then, far more relevant now because we're on Thursday. From Monday the open on the 1st then, so we've got a negative driver in the yen again. It's opposed at minus 150, front and backdoor flows going mainly into the pound plus 85, next into the dollar plus 68, and the euro was the negative rock at minus 3, activity over the week plus or minus 153. Finally intraday then, this is what's been happening in the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive opposed driver in the dollar at plus 42, front and backdoor flows mainly coming out of the pound at minus 40, out of the euro at minus 28, and the yen is the positive rock at plus 26, and activity of plus or minus 68. Right, what's going to knock all this about then? Today we've already had the Australian AUD trade balance, which was very strong, very positive, and actually in stats terms it was the largest ever for since records began, to use the phrase. Anyway, euro retail sales and the Fed meeting are early evening today, so that will be significant. Friday then, tomorrow is NFP as well, so throw that into the mix. And Sunday you've got China trade balance, Sunday the 7th. So that sort of boxes us in. Let's just make some space and look at what's been happening in the flows and the wider market of the individual asset classes, and then we'll make some analysis from there. Right, so here we go then. So we've got the euro complex. The euro complex is basically weak except against the pound. The yen is basically strong at the moment except against the dollar, yen and the Swiss franc. The pound is weak across the board. The Swiss franc is strong except against the AUD. Right, the CAD is weak except against the euro and the pound. The AUD is strong across the board. The NZD is weak except against CAD, pound and euro. And the dollar is strong against the CAD, euro, pound and NZD, and it's weak against the Swiss franc and the AUD. Right, so what have we got there then? We've got pound weakness, we've got euro weakness apart from against the pound because the pound's even weaker. We've got a mixed yen situation. We've got Swiss franc strength except against the AUD, so the AUD's interesting there. And then you've got the AUD is strong across the board, and so on. So what we'll do is we'll look at the rest of the asset classes, and then we'll make some analysis. So let's get rid of this. Right, what we got then? We got dollar index. Dollar index is still about 0.5, halfway. Gold did a slight bounce and it's now on the lows, so it's still pretty stuffed. Oil has come back about 0.5, so oil's come off quite a bit. The equity order is Wall Street. Where are we? S&P Tech. So Wall Street's the strongest. S&P next, and the Tech Nasdaq is getting the worst of it. But they're all weak, basically. US 10-year. Now, US 10-year basically has come down again. So it's operating about 0.33. And just get the bund up there for a minute, and then the bund is about 0.25. Remember, this is in our terms. This is the price then. So we've got a yield. We've got yields increasing. US yields have come back again. They reduced a bit on the bounce of the price of the bond, and now they've come back, and the bund has followed suit. So we've got rising yields in Europe and America. Copper, remember had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It came back to there, then had a mess about, and it's now back to the second pop. So copper's still soft, and the final one, which we don't normally talk about, is US steel. It's relatively illiquid, smaller market, but it's interesting to look at sometimes. Basically, it's about 0.3. So from the floor, recent floors. So there you go. That's that. Let's just clear this off, and then, as you know, we're short the New Zealand dollar on 4 pairs. Let's just write this up again. So we're long effectively because we want to be short the New Zealand dollar. So we're long AUD, NZD, Euro, NZD, Pound, NZD, and we're short NZD, CAD. Right, we're 3 times long AUD, NZD, 1 times long Euro, New Zealand, and we've added again to the pound. We're having another go. So we're 2 times long pound NZD, and we're 2 times short NZD CAD. So that's 2, 4, 5, 8. So we've got 8 trades. Currently we're running at about about minus 50 to 60 points wrong, including the original losses we had. We were about minus 270 at one point, so it's come up quite a bit. Right, so AUD then. AUD is strong. It's got a rising data cycle. But remember the economic environment at the moment. Equities have sold off. They failed to come back. As soon as equities get the go button and recover, you're going to find the AUD is going to go on a tear. The NZD. Let's have a look at this. If you look at our complex positioning, this is where the interesting thing is. Just finish up with this. So complex positioning then. Dollar, yen, AUD, euro, CAD, pound. So, and this is about 70% from the model floor, 67%, dollars 58%, 53% for the yen, and then 48% for the AUD, the euro's 41%, CAD's 37%, and the pound is 26%. So, and then on the individual pairs, the NZD with these four which we're dealing with are, in terms of our 0 to 9 scale, they're about a 7 or a 7.5. So they're very extended in a situation where the complex as a whole, so everything is in their favour. All you've got to do is brass it out and wait for the market to catch up. So that's what we're doing. Hope that was useful. See you again for the daily briefing tomorrow. Thanks very much.